It has been speculated for years that Tam McGraw was involved in the murders of the Doyle family during the notorious ice cream wars in the 80s. Two incidents linked to these claims were the murder of John Linton and an attack on TC Campbell, who had already been wrongly convicted and sentenced to life in prison, along with Joe Steele, for setting the fire at the Doyles on Bankend Street that night, when 6 members of the Doyle family died. McGraw had interest in ice cream vans and was trying to expand his own business in the area at the time. He also had links to TC Campbell with the Ballarnock team, who specialised in armed robberies. McGraw had been known to use violence and intimidation to try and get the more lucrative runs for his ice cream vans, and TC Campbell allegedly was willing to do similar. He had the reputation as a hard man and street fighter. They were in direct competition with each other and along with ice cream van franchise Marchetti Brothers. With TC Campbell and Joe Steele locked up for the Doyle murders, the real killers were still out on the streets of Glasgow. A local hardman and friend of Campbell and Steele was protesting both men's innocence. The man's name was John Linton. No stranger to attempts on his life, he would tell anyone who would listen that Campbell and Steele weren't the guys who started the fire that April night in 1984. He actually told Tam McGraw to his face he was the scumbag that killed the Doyle family. The real killers would have to silence Linton, as the public opinion was beginning to change about Campbell and Steele. In April 1996, John Linton attended a local amateur boxing event in Garthamlock, where he met a friendly face who'd invited him for a drink at a local bar in Easterhouse, the Roadhouse Bar. John Linton was invited out the back for a chat. He still had a whiskey in his hand when 3 men were waiting. 2 of the men were Billy McPhee and Gordon Ross. The other is unknown. It wasn't McGraw, that's for sure. He never got his hands dirty. John Linton died after being shot multiple times after being lured for a drink by someone he knew and trusted. Linton was yet another victim of the ice cream wars. With TC Campbell and Joe Steele now out on bail, pending an appeal of their convictions for the Doyle murders, in 2001 word was out on the street that Tam McGraw was going to be paying TC Campbell a visit. Why? Maybe because he was the real person behind the Doyle murders? Because if Campbell and Joe Steele could prove that they were innocent, it would open up the police investigation again. Tam McGraw and enforcer Billy McPhee were in McGraw's Mitsubishi Shogun. They followed TC as he went to pick up medicine for his daughter at the local chemist. After he came outside and walked across the street, he heard the car door bang shut. As usual, Tam McGraw had sent out Billy McPhee to do his bidding, while he sat in the car and watched on. Well, at first anyway. TC Campbell looked at Billy McPhee walking towards him, and then looked at the Jeep and seen a familiar face, one he hadn't seen in over 16 years, but he knew McGraw was involved in the Doyle situation, threatening them, and he was sure as anything McGraw had fitted him up. "Here you, the boss wants a word," said McPhee, TC growling back at him. "And who the fuck are you supposed to be?" Well, he took his jacket off and wrapped it around his weaker hand. McPhee replied, "I'm the Iceman." TC laughed. "You're no fucking Iceman. You're a pussy compared to him." He was referring to Frank McPhee from Maryhill. Billy McPhee had a knife in each hand. Tommy Campbell knew there would be no talking or words being had. "Stop calling the boss a grass," shouted McPhee. TC Campbell had been in jail for a long time, but one thing about Campbell, he was a street fighter and could handle himself. Some would say the best Glasgow had seen. As McPhee approached him, he readied himself. McPhee, with a blade in each hand, lunged at Tommy, trying to stab him while blurting out, "Stop talking shite about the boss." Tommy used his jacket to defend himself while trying to punch McPhee with the other hand. He managed to wrestle a knife from McPhee, then tried to use it. He stabbed McPhee on the chest. The blade bounced off him. He tried the stomach, same thing. McPhee was wearing a Kevlar bulletproof vest. He never left the house without it. McPhee retreated to the Shogun to get another knife, then McGraw got out with a golf club. Now both McGraw and McPhee attacked Tommy Campbell. He gave as good as he got in that exchange, and then McPhee and McGraw got spooked because the crowd had gathered and said they had phoned the police. Tommy Campbell lay exhausted and hurt on the pavement, only 5 minutes from his front door, but he had survived the attempt on his life by the much younger McPhee and Tam McGraw. Both Tommy Campbell and Joe Steele would go on to clear their names in the biggest miscarriage of justice Scotland has seen. The real killers who started the fire that night have never been convicted. The case remains unsolved to this day.